Bill here with my top 25 roller coasters that I have ridden over the 67 credits that I have. I have only one ride on several of these, so this list will definitely change with more rides and new credits. There are 4 wooden coasters and 21 steel on this list. 11 made by B&M, 3 by Intamin, 2 by Arrow, and the rest with only one manufacturer. All 67 will be revealed at the end of this video. I also only have 9 parks that I have been to. Kings Island has 7 on the list. Cedar Point, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Kings Dominion all have 4. Carowinds has 3. Busch Gardens Tampa has 2. Six Flags Over Georgia has 1. Opryland and Six Flags America have none. So, let's get started. Starting at number 25 is Valravn at Cedar Point. It's a 2016 B&M dive with a 90-degree drop at 214 feet going 75 miles per hour with 3 inversion. My last ride I rode on this was in 2024. The holding brake is pretty neat on this thing. Number 24 is Toombeely at Kings Dominion in Virginia. It's a 4D free spin made by S&S Sansei. Toombeely in Swahili means monkey. It's 112 feet, but actually doesn't drop that much, and goes 34 miles per hour, which isn't that fast, and the cars move freely as it has a vertical chairlift. My last ride was in August of 2025. I thought I would be sick on this thing, but I actually enjoyed it. That's why it's ranked up here. Number 23 is Rapterra at Kings Dominion, made by B&M. It's a launched wing coaster just built last year in 2025. It's 145 feet, 65 miles per hour with 3 inversions and just over 3,000 feet of track. My last ride was August 2025. I actually enjoyed the launch on this thing. Number 22, Montu at Busch Gardens28 a 1996 B&M inverted steel coaster. You sit with your feet dangling. It has a 128-foot, 60 mile per hour drop with 7 inversions, 3,983 feet of track. My last ride was in 2001, and I need more rides on this thing. Number 21, Banshee at Kings Island in Ohio, a B&M steel inverted coaster just like Montu. It opened in 2014 with a 150-foot drop, 68 miles per hour with 7 inversions, 4,124 feet of track, as the longest steel invert. My last ride was in summer of 2025. Number 20, Kumba at Busch Gardens Tampa, a B&M sit-down steel opened in 1993. 135-foot drop at 60 miles per hour with 7 inversions, 3,978 feet of track. The dive loop was my first ever dive loop I ever rode, which is very good. My last ride was in 2001. Need more on this also. Number 19, the Bat at Kings Island, formerly Top Gun and Flight Deck. It's a suspended roller coaster built by Aerodynamics and opened in 1993. Aero went bankrupt, so I think this thing may be gone soon, unless they can get some parts from somewhere else. 70-foot drop at 51 miles per hour with 2,352 feet of track. This ride is fast and intense and it swings side to side. Last ride was in 2025. Number 18, Griffin at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Virginia. A B&M 90-degree dive coaster. My favorite dive coaster so far. 205 feet going, 71 mile per hour with 2 inversions, 3,108 feet of track. The holding brake will hold you for at least 5 seconds. I've timed it up to 6 seconds watching it. Number 17 is the Racer Backwards at Kings Island. This is the only roller coaster on this list that you cannot ride now. It's 82-foot drop, 53 miles per hour, 3,415 feet of track. The racer turned around the trains on one side of its trains on its racing coaster in 1982. They went back to the original going forward in 2008. My last ride going backwards was in 1996. Number 16, Pantherian at King's Dominion, formerly I-305 and Project 305. Opened in 2010 by Intamin. It's a giga coaster, a drop between 300 and 400 feet, 399 feet to be exact. 300-foot drop, 90 miles per hour, 5,100 feet of track, with an 85-degree angle first drop. The turn after the first drop makes some gray out, including me. My last ride was in 2025. This thing is intense. Number 15, Tempesto, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, made by Premier Rides and opened in 2015. It's a triple launch coaster known as a Skyrocket 2 model. Launches you forward, backwards, and then forwards again, reaching 62 miles per hour with a 135-foot drop, having one sustained rollover, which is very good in the hang time. I was surprised that I liked this. It'd be a lot higher if it was longer. My last ride was in August of 2025. Number 14, Pantheon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. It is an Intamin multi-launch coaster with a backward spike and a 95-degree angle opening in 2022. 180-foot drop, 73 miles per hour, 3,328 feet of track, and 2 inversions. My last ride was in August 2025, and it was also my only ride. I would like to get more on this. Number 13, Maverick at Cedar Point. It is a multi-launch Intamin coaster opened in 2007. It has a 100-foot drop and a 70-mile-per-hour launch out of the second tunnel. The first hill is a 95-degree angle, my first beyond degree angle I've ever ridden. 4,450 feet of track with 2 inversions. My last ride was in October of 2024. Number 12, the Grizzly at King's Dominion, built by Taft Attractions and opened in 1982, and retracked by GCI for the opening of the 2023 season. 87-foot drop, 51 miles per hour, 3,162 feet of track. The left turn coming back the second time has very good laterals. I held on with my feet. My last ride was in 2025, and I've ridden this thing several times, and it keeps getting better, it seems. Number 11, Verbolten, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, made by Zaire and opened in 2012, replacing the Big Bad Wolf suspended coaster that everybody loved and I never got to ride. It has 2 launches and a surprise I won't spoil. A lot of the ride is indoors. 80-foot drop over the Rhine River, 53 miles per hour, 2,835 feet of track. My last ride and only ride was in 2025. Plan on getting more this year. We've now made it to the top 10. Number 10, The Beast, Kings Island, also built by Kings Island and opened in 1979. It is still the longest wooden roller coaster in the world at 7,361 feet. The first hill was re-angled in 2022. The ride's first drop is 135 feet. The last drop before the famous double helix is 141 feet. The Beast goes between 64 and 65 miles per hour. The helix is really the most famous part of this ride, and it is awesome. My last ride was in summer of 2025. The night rides on this thing is awesome. Can't miss those. Number 9, Thunder Striker, formerly Intimidator at Carowinds, named after Dale Earnhardt. The license to his name expired in 2023 is why the name was changed. It's out and back coaster, up and down with floater airtime hills. 2,211-foot drop, 80 miles per hour, 5,316 feet of track. My last ride was in 2025, and I have had several rides on this. Number 8, Copperhead Strike, Carowinds. A mock rides double launch coaster opened in 2019. 82 foot, 3,255 feet of track. The first launch out of the show building is 42 miles per hour. The second launch is 50 miles per hour with 5 inversions. The slow rollover at the start of this thing is a trip. If you've never done something that slow. The last ride was in 2025, and I do have several rides on this. Number 7, Mystic Timbers, Kings Island, a GCI coaster that opened in 2017. 98 foot drop, 53 miles per hour, 3,265 feet of track, with 16 airtime hills. This ride is fast and intense. The shed at the end has at least 3 unique videos which also keep you out of the sun while the train ahead is loading. Night rides are awesome on this thing. I mean, the intensity is amazing, especially at night when there's no lights back there. It's even better during the fall when the Whitewater Canyon is closed and there's no lights on that. Number 6, Magnum XL200, Cedar Point, built by Aerodynamics and opened in 1989. 195 foot drop, 72 miles per hour, 5,106 feet of track. This ride, ejector return trip, is awesome. It's worth the wait just for that. They are a wow factor for me. I once rode this thing 5 consecutive times in a row. My last ride was in 2024. Number 5, the top 5, Orion, Kings Island, a B&M Giga. It's the second 300-footer on this list, opening in 2020 with a 300-foot drop, 91 miles per hour, 5,321 feet of track. The back row of this thing has the great airtime all the way down the first drop. The last hill has a surprise ejector airtime. My last ride was in 2025. Number 4, Top 302 at Cedar Point. It was originally built by Intamin, but an accident closed the ride in 2021, and Zamperla converted this into a triple launch coaster. It was the first coaster to go over 400 feet in 2003. It's classified as a strata coaster. The first launch is 78 miles per hour up the front of the top hat, then falling back and launching 100 miles per hour backwards up a 420-foot spike, then back down launching at 120 miles an hour over the 420-foot top hat. This ride is amazing. More rides could move this up in my rankings. All 3 launches are great, and don't sleep on the falling backwards. My cousin who rode with me said this ride spike was terrifying. My only ride was in 2025. Plan on getting a whole lot more. Number 3, Diamondback at Kings Island, a B&M Hyper, opened in 2009. It has a 215-foot drop, 80 miles per hour, 5,282 feet of track. This ride has a lot of floater airtime from start to finish. Sometimes the mid-course will hit too hard, slowing you down. When it doesn't, this ride is elite. Splashdown is neat in the end. I have tons of ride on this. My last ride was in 2025. Night rides are pretty decent on this thing too. Number 2, Fury 325 at Carowinds. It's the 3rd Giga coaster on this list. All 3 Giga coasters I've ridden are in my top 16. It opened in 2015 with a 320-foot drop, 95 miles per hour, 6,602 feet of track. The back row is a must on this thing. I've ridden this thing several times, including not getting off and getting to ride it back to back. My last ride is 2025, and it's a must every time you go. My number 1 roller coaster is Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia, a B&M almost hyper coaster in 2006. 175-foot drop, 70 miles per hour, 4,480 feet of track. This road has floater airtime all the way to the turnaround helix, then ejector airtimes all the way back. I got a ride that most will never have. When we got back to the station, the ride was being stopped because I got a quote from one of the people working on the ride. Your train came in too fast. So I got an unbelievable ejector after the airtime. My guess is the trim brakes did not slow us down. So it'll be hard to replace this thing. Last ride was in 2025, and I have several rides on this as well. There you have it. Those are my top 25 roller coasters. Now you will see a list of all 67 of them. You can decide whether you like my list or not. Doesn't matter. It's my list. Hope to see you at the parks. This is Bill. Peace out. Have a good day.